All right. Starting a business is hard, right? I know this is like obvious thing to say, but it's true. Okay. Changing careers, getting a new job, being a mom, being a good partner, all of these things, they're difficult. They're hard, right? Because it just is. And at the same time, it's also empowering and energizing and sometimes boring and sometimes exciting. It can be isolating, lonely, all of these things. So doing all of those things feels like we're riding this like beautiful terrifying roller coaster, and sometimes you're screaming with excitement and sometimes you just want to throw up, right? And the truth is, if you don't have people around you who support you in that journey, support you on that roller coaster, are riding next to you screaming with their arms up, right, everything is harder. So we're going to talk about how important the people are who are surrounding you and how to build a supportive community and then lovingly leverage it to help you reach your goals. And I say lovingly leverage it because sometimes when you use the word leverage, people are like, oh, well, you're using your people. Well, no, we're all out there to help and support each other, right? And so we can lovingly leverage our relationships and the community that we have to grow. Right. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So, welcome back to Launch Your Business Live, where we make making money online clear, simple, and successful. So you can build wealth and independence, work from home, and turn your part time business into your full time income. Now, my name is Marianne Lombardi. I am the founder and CEO of Marianne Lombardi Coaching. I am an executive turned founder, author, former educator, and the single parent of the coolest teenager on the planet who is coming home from college tomorrow. And I'm super excited. Yeah, I'm super excited. So I've been helping small business owners thrive for 20 plus years, and I'm on a mission to do the same for you. So let's get into this puppy. All right. So as we've mentioned, the people we surround ourselves with have the power to impact how we feel, and they can impact what we do. And they have more power than we want to believe that they do. Because if we have negative influences in our corner, we're going to think negative thoughts. And that's going to limit us. At the same time, if we have encouraging, out of the box, positive thinkers, we're going to have a more open mind to the opportunities that surround us. So, building a supportive community takes intention and it takes action. And if we skip it and just leave this community to chance, leave it to birth and environment, and just take what we are given, we let go of our control. We let go of our choice in the matter. Now, if we take control, we have the power to build our community in a way that supports our growth, that challenges us to do new things, and it also energizes us. So maybe our community is naturally supportive. It could be, but if it is not, and we don't take control of it, we can get stuck. We can get stuck in an environment that doesn't support us or would rather us not change, would rather us not grow, want us to remain the way we are because that makes the people around us more comfortable. Right. And it reflects what they want us to be and do and all that, and not what we may want. So this work of designing your communities is a really important thing to do. So the key to building this supportive community is to, number one, audit the one that you already have. Number two, to take control and design the community that you want. And number three, to nurture those relationships that you build. So if you think about the people in your life in concentric circles, right? Like you're standing at the center, and the first circle is the one that is the closest to you, right? Like you're at the center and the first circle is around you, right? These are the people who are right there. They can reach out, they can touch you without you moving, right? They have really tight access. The next circle is a little bit wider, right? It's a slight distance away from you. So it may take them a couple steps to reach you. The following circle is wider still. So those people may need to do a bit more work to find you. And as the circles get wider and wider, those people have less and less access to you. Their presence, their words, their actions have less and less impact due to their distance, whether that's, physical or emotional. So the people in that first couple of circles are super powerful, right? Their attitude, their support, their feedback can help or hurt you, right? More significantly than the other people. So it's important to look at the people in those circles and choose who you want to be where, because you have the power to move them. You can demote or promote. You could banish, like kick out those people that are not a supportive force. You are not obligated to take anyone's bad attitude or lack of support or, shitty behavior, right? So it's good to understand who is in those circles with you at the center, because there are plenty of people, other entrepreneurs, old friends, new friends, neighbors, whatever, who are going to support you, right? And the goal is to find them, because they will help you. They will help you stay focused on your goals and on your dreams. So the first step in building this supportive community is to do that audit, right? Well, people don't like to audit things, right? Because that requires you to actually look at your shit, right? Look at what's happening, look at the people around you, but it's super, super important. All right. So grab a piece of paper, whether you're with us now or whether you're watching this on the replay, grab a piece of paper. And on the top, I want you to write circle 1 and 2. Okay. And I want you to write down the 10 to 20-ish people that you spend the most time around. These are the people in that first circle and maybe that second circle, right? Now, these are not the people you want to be around, but these are the people that you actually do spend time with. It doesn't matter if they are friends or family or work colleagues, just who are they, right? I want you to write them down. Next, and take a second to think through it, right? Like some of it's obvious, but some of it might not be, because there may be some dude in the cubicle next to you or in the classroom next to you who you see all the time and you spend a lot of time with, but you don't necessarily think about that. So really think who those people are. And next, I want you to circle all the people on that list who stress you out, right? Who stress you out or exhaust you to spend time with. Also, people who have a negative vibe, right? Who just have that negative vibe. Maybe they're always complaining. I also want you to circle people who bitch about their spouse all the time, right? Who are constantly bitching about their husband or their wife, or who only talk about how terrible parenting is and how awful their kids are, right? Or who always want to talk about things that they want to do, but they never do them. Or they always have excuses for why they're not doing them. Okay. Also, keep an eye out for funny people who use humor to mask their negativity, because that negativity is still negativity, even if it's couched in humor. Circle these people. Okay. These are all the people that stress you the fuck out. All right. And no one's going to see this list. So be honest, right? This is your list. You don't have to share it with anyone. If you circle your partner or your kids or your mom, it's okay. Because it's important to know these things. It doesn't mean that you're going to dump your partner or like ship the kids off to live with their aunt or never see your mom again, okay? Just be honest and circle them. Now we're going to come back to that list. On a separate piece of paper, I want you to write circle 3. Now this is going to be circle 3. It may be circle 4, but I just want to write circle 3. Now think about the people that you don't spend a lot of time around. Okay. These are people in those next couple of circles. Think about the people that you don't spend a lot of time around that light you up. Which are the people that light you up? Encourage you. Which are the people who have a abundance mindset, are doing things that you want to be doing, or people that you feel good to be around and that you feel good after you talk to, right? Like you talk to them or you get a text from them and, you find yourself smiling, being, yeah, all right, yay, awesome. I got to talk to so-and-so today because they rock, right? Who are those people? Write them down. It's making me think that we should do this same audit process for the content you consume, because damn, that has a huge impact on how you feel and what you do, right? And so I think we'll do a training on that. How do you audit that content, unfollow, block counts that make you feel shitty or full of negativity, so stay tuned for that, but I'm digressing. Okay. So next, after you have these two lists, right? Next, it's time to take control and design your community. So let's go back to that paper with the circle 1 and 2 paper, right? And on the back side, like flip that paper over. And I want you to rewrite everyone you circled. Okay. Leave the people you didn't circle on the front side, on the back side, rewrite everybody that you circled. Next, each one of those people, I want you to tag them as either remove, demote, or improve. Okay? Remove means that they are negative. They are a negative influence. You don't have to spend time with them. You don't want to spend time with them anymore. And you have the power to remove them from your orbit, meaning you can stop spending regular time with them. You may see them now and then, but you're going to get them out of your world. Okay? Bye-bye. That's remove. Anybody on that list, you're going to tag them remove, demote, or improve. Okay. Let's talk about demote. Demote, these are people that you may still need to see now and then, maybe boss, work colleagues, Uncle Jimmy, but you can see them much less, right? Because they have this negative vibe, they stress you out. So you don't really want to see them very much, but you're still going to have to see them. So you tag them as demote because you're going to demote them. You can skip the happy hours with these colleagues, right? Like you've got colleagues who are just negative and bash on people all the time. When you go to happy hours, guess what? Don't go to happy hours with them, right? That's part of demoting them, right? Don't go to activities that Jimmy is around, right? Especially the small ones, because Uncle Jimmy's an ass, right? And he just makes you feel shitty because he's always asking you, so when are you going to get married? Or when are you going to have kids? Or when are you going to do bad, right? Like he's annoying. So we don't want to spend time with Uncle Jimmy. Hey, Nass. So you can choose when you want to spend time with them, okay? And you know what? You don't have to sit next to those ladies at the PTA who just judge other people all the time. So demote all of these people, right, to a circle that is further down the list. Next one is improve. These are the people that are important enough in your life that you want to improve those relationships. So talk to your spouse or your mom, or find ways to help your kids see more positive and less negative outcomes on everything. Work on improving these relationships. Because if you want, or need to leave a job, but your spouse is stressing you out about it more than you're already stressed about it, right? Like sit down and have a conversation about it. Talk about it in more detail. Ask for their help and ask for their support if they aren't giving it to you naturally. They may not be aware of how their behavior is impacting you. So ask for what you need to make the transition more manageable, right? Or talk to a therapist if you want to, but to make it a priority to improve that relationship that you have, right? So these are the people that you want to improve relationships. So on paper one, we've removed, we've demoted, or we have improved the people we have circled. Now, if you go back and look at paper, the second one that's titled Circle 3, these are all those people who are positive, energizing, motivating influence in your life. If you can promote them to circle 1 or 2, do it. Do it now, right? Like call them more often, see them more often. Whatever you can do, promote them. Try to move them from circle back here to circle in here. And as you do this, you're going to start noticing the people who are supportive, and you will promote them too and seek them out. You will also demote people that you didn't notice before who are not. Because as you move people between these circles, you're going to see the spaces that are open, right? That you can fill with other positive influences. You can also start making these new connections and building new relationships to fill those gaps, right? So if, for instance, you're starting a business and you have reduced the time you spend with people who are always telling you that you can't do it or it's too hard and aren't encouraging you, it's time to find some of the millions of people out there who will support you and encourage you. And let them fill up those other spaces. You can look into meetups at your, local community, or connect through social media, or through other friends who are entrepreneurs, and just reach out to them. And if you're going to go through a work transition, connect with people who already have gone through it for advice and support. There's so many people out there that are eager and willing to support you. Reach out to those supportive, energizing people who are further down on your circles. Reach out to them and just bring them on up, right? This is that process of designing your community. And the third step of this process is really nurturing those relationships. And this is where that lovingly leveraging comes in. Because once you have audited your people and started to design your community, it is time to nurture those connections and build them into relationships, right? You want to stay in regular contact with them. Make an active choice to have lunch. Have lunch with them instead of others. Text them just to say hi. I mean, because not everybody is going to be, right here next to you. One of my favorite people on the planet lives in Flagstaff and is in Boston right now for a while. But so we don't see each other very often, but we're trying to get better. Both of us are trying to get better at texting and calling and all that kind of stuff, because every time we talk to each other, it's like, oh my God, I feel so much better, right? Like I just feel better about the world and about myself. Okay. So make sure you're standing next to cool people at the PTA meeting. Be intentional about it. Make the time for the people who are in your life that will help with those life changes, because they're going to make it all feel much more manageable, because they're going to help your change. They're going to help you change your mind. They're going to help your state of being. They're just going to help you feel like things are possible, right? And as you're developing these relationships and nurturing these relationships, make sure that you ask them how you can support their goals, right? As you're asking them to support your own, right? You may need an accountability partner for starting a business. You may need support when you're changing careers and want someone to talk to, right? Whatever it is, ask for help and always follow that up with, how can I support you with what you're doing? Like, how are you doing? What can I do to support you? Where can I be helpful? All right. Because this makes them feel good to help you, but it also, I mean, it sounds obvious, but sometimes we just don't do it, right? But it also makes them feel like they're needed, right? Or they're heard, right? When you ask them, hey, could you help me do X, Y, and Z? It makes people feel like, wow, I'm needed, you know? And when you ask, hey, what can I do for you? It helps them feel heard. Okay. So that reciprocal nature of that relationship is very powerful. So tonight we talked about how powerful the people you surround yourself with are in shaping your experiences and your choices. So choose wisely. We talked about how you can control who those people are, that you have more power to control that than you think you do. We also talked about how the key to building this supportive community is to audit the people that you already have, to take control in designing the community that you want, and to nurture the relationships that you build. And we also talked about how nurturing those relationships can lead to new opportunities. So if you have any questions about this, or you want the step-to-step guide of like the paper circle 1, paper circle 2, what to do, how to, if you want any of that kind of stuff, let me know, and we will happily send it to you. Just DM me and we'll send it to you. So be intentional. Look at your community, stand in the center, and start looking at those circles, right? And we'll see you next week.